When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you pine, it's just a waste of time. You'll find a smile will go a long.
Come in to Ron and Jen's Great Escape, episode 146 on YouTube. Don't forget our radio show Saturday mornings at 7 on News Radio 920 WHJJ and 104.7 FM. You can stream it at 920WHJJ.com, and also our column every Wednesday. It drops at 2 o'clock. Actually, the podcast drops at 2. Our commentary on RINewsToday.com starts your morning off. I'm Ron St. Pierre along with Jen Brian, and that was Hazel.
Crazy.
We've added Hazel to our commentary.
She added herself.
A view from the snout.
She added herself. Come here.
Yeah, so Hazel contributes to our commentary every Wednesday, and this week she talks about dropping hints to me when it comes to Christmas gifts. As you know, I'm very good with collecting hints as the year goes along. I put it in the vault, and we're off, and we are running.
You are. We're not good. People are not good at everything, and some people are better at some things than others, and you're really good at listening.
Thank you.
And picking up that little thing.
And then it goes right in the vault.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, it's Christmas, and you say, hey, oh my God. So I guess, did I mention I wanted a fart machine last year?
You got a fart.
Because he gave me the funniest fart machine. No, honestly, I don't know. Where'd you get it? Newberry Comics?
I don't know, Amazon.
It's so good.
Online.
I mean, and you know what? I'll bring it back next week.
It should bring it back next week.
So good.
Our commentary this week, you talk about running the race. It's a different race for everybody, but you're getting trained.
Yes.
You're training yourself for a half marathon, which is coming up real soon. So that's great. What's your longest run so far?
9 miles.
You're getting close. Because
9 miles.
Usually the last run is 10 miles before you do your 13.1.
That's the thing that's happening there. How many days do I rest before that?
Not many. A couple.
Couple?
That's it. Just a couple of days.
Yes, and I juxtapose the running as it's a journey in life. It's a journey in your spiritual way, and it's a journey on the path. And, so there's a lot of ways that we run it as people. And in these times, you got to keep running. What are you going to do? Stay in bed, pull the covers over your head?
Don't look behind you.
Can't. Keep going.
Don't
keep
look
running.
behind you. That's all I can say.
That's what I wrote about.
With the events of the day, yeah. And you can look at it at RINewsToday.com. I talked about painful perspective because last week all we did was rag on the Patriots. And that's all anybody's doing is ragging on the Patriots because what else can you do?
The season's over.
They're horrible.
It's over.
They're probably going to be 1-7 because the next two games are Buffalo and the Dolphins. I give them no chance at winning those games. But you know what? Misery loves company.
Yes.
These are the teams that have never won a Super Bowl. Right. Arizona, Atlanta, Buffalo, Carolina, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Houston, Jacksonville, the LA Chargers, Minnesota Vikings, and the Tennessee Titans. Oh. So it could be one of those. And how about this? How about these teams have never even been to the Super Bowl since 1966 in inception. Cleveland and Detroit, which were original NFL teams, they won NFL championships, but never the Super Bowl. Jacksonville and Houston. So, we could be in their company. We're going to be in their company for a long time, I think. But that's all I've got to say. And if you want to read about it, you can check out RINewsToday.com. Check out Jen's piece on the race is different for everybody, but just keep on running.
That's right. And then Hazel writes about what she pardon my stomach,
hints.
What she wants for Christmas.
Dropping hints.
That's it. And I have to say, it's a bittersweet thing to watch a football game and you're not anxious because you're just sitting there watching.
Yeah, but with that said, though, the game's got to be interesting, and their team is boring.
Cam Newton year, 2020,
that was more interesting.
That was more entertaining than this, and that was painful. What does that tell you? That is so bad, bad. So
let's
I don't
not
know.
dwell on it. We ragged on it enough last week.
What can you do? I mean, so now go Jets. Listen, go Jets.
They beat who'd they beat?
Eagles.
The Eagles.
It's 3-3.
I want to say thank you to Ohio. Yeah, that's right. To O'Hara Senior Care Services. If you want peace of mind knowing your loved ones are cared for and they're safe in their own homes, that's the way to go. Brenda Lee O'Hara and O'Hara Senior Care, 401-345-1811, o'haraseniorcare.com. We'll let you know what the four great Greg's locations. Please take that away from her.
Your wife is going to be mad.
We'll let you know what the four great Greg's locations are up to for the month of October, and also Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, which is close to Jen's heart. She'll get into that at osdri.org. Org.
Get it right,
I did get it right. I did get it right. And it's in your pile. The phone number's in your pile, too, which we'll get to it in just a little bit. International Olympic Committee announced it's accepted a proposal by local organizers. 2028 Summer Olympic Games in Los Angeles. Listen to the new sports they're going to add. This is 2028. Baseball and softball. Now, those are coming back, right? They were sports, I think. Cricket, which makes sense. We're going to suck at that.
Guess.
Lacrosse, that makes sense. Yeah. Squash, kind of makes sense.
Is that with
squash
the
is
long
like,
racket?
Yeah, squash is almost like racquetball, but the ball is solid.
Badminton. Is it badminton?
Oh, it's badminton with a real hard ball and a long paddle, whatever you want to call it. And then this one. How about this one? Flag football.
That's so
lame. That is lame. Lame. By the way, I was in France in May.
France. Oh.
I was in France.
I was in France.
For the...
Yeah, I was in Walmart while he's in France.
The month of May. And, France is going to host the 2024 games.
Yes.
So there were construction sites everywhere. Really? They were refurbishing stadiums. And the people there don't like it. They're pissed. They don't want the Olympic Games.
I don't want it either.
No,
listen, this might be our last Olympic Games, the way that the world is going.
It's a cluster poop, if you know what I'm saying. Speaking of poop. Before we get to Jen's news, another flight was canceled because of a, quote, defecation incident.
Yeah, somebody dropped a deuce.
Somebody dropped two deuces. EasyJet
Human.
Flight. Now, that's irony. An EasyJet flight was canceled. Passengers made to disembark after somebody on board busted a deuce. Aircraft apparently defecated on the airplane bathroom floor. Now, I don't know if they did this by accident or intentionally, because apparently their flight was delayed by like 3 hours. Then they had to put them on a smaller jet, so everybody didn't make the cut. And then they had to wait for another hour and a half while the luggage was just... So I don't know if somebody...
I would say they did it on purpose.
Somebody might have dropped a deuce on purpose, but how do you do that? I mean, if you don't have to go, how do you drop a deuce?
Well, obviously they had to go. I mean, they had to go potty, and instead of going in the pot, they went on the floor.
How sick are you about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce?
I just don't even care. I don't even know. I've never listened to a Taylor Swift song.
I wouldn't know. I don't
know
who it is.
Anything about Taylor Swift.
Either.
I've just heard stuff. I've seen everybody go bananas over her.
Yeah.
And
then that movie came out last weekend and it was number one. It did $90 million.
Yep. Well, when I went to see a film, it was a murder mystery. It was Agatha Christie. I even forgot the name of it now.
Hercule Poirot.
Yeah, something about that. And we were the only ones. I went with my best friend. We were the only ones in the theater. And I said, "Are you guys going to close soon? Do you have any business coming in?" And the manager was there, and he said, "Oh yeah." He said the Taylor Swift movie sold out.
Yeah,
they had sold every ticket to all the shows. I mean, I don't care. I've got bigger fish to fry.
Let me ask you something. Is this like now the equivalent of our parents saying, "I just don't get those Beatles"? I mean, have we gone into the get off my lawn mode when it comes to music?
I don't think so. I mean, I use a lot of classic rock on my Facebook page, and
we would use it on the radio show, but that's another issue.
I don't think so. It's just that, like the Kardashians, there are so many things in pop culture that just don't matter, and it matters so much to so many people. And I'm the kind of person that if they're wearing it, I'm not going to. If you have it, I don't want it. If you're listening to it, I'm good. I don't want anything to do with it. I'm not part of the masses. No, I never want to be.
I'm an anti-fad kind of guy. As I have said a zillion times, to quote the great Groucho Marx, I never want to be a member of a club that would have me as a member.
Yeah.
So we'll leave it at that. But I bring up those two brilliants, Swift and Kelce, because apparently...
He's not even that cute.
He's a pretty interesting cat, though. He hosted Saturday Night Live.
He's
very funny. He's very, very funny. Yeah. But we'll put it at this. The reason I bring it up is because that's the number one and number two most sold or desired Halloween costumes. People are going as that couple. Okay, hey, whatever. I remember I went to a party once, somebody went as Grace Kelly.
Oh.
And they had a windshield over their head, and they had a steering wheel.
But that's great. I have to say, that's so disgusting, but that's awesome.
That's pretty creative.
That is very creative. Yeah, I was
No,
just going to
sorry.
say, I'm just going to go as a scarecrow this year. So
Yeah, you
I
said
think,
that.
yeah, I'll show up. I have the hat. I've got the shirt. I just need some help with the face makeup. I mean, it's easy. It's not
You
controversial.
said you're going to go. Where are you going?
On my porch. I'm going to hand out candy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't think I did it last year, but I usually do it. I go out there and I pass out and the little kids are so darn cute. And then we get the 17-year-olds with their pillowcases.
Get off.
And they smell like weed and, trick or treat.
I don't give them anything. We just shut the lights
I'm
off
going
and
to
go
be
out
like,
to dinner.
here you go.
All
It's
right.
like all the candy you want. Don't bother me. I don't want any trouble.
Now, we
for
have the
real.
top 10 worst Halloween candies.
Oh, we do?
All right? We're going to do them real quickly.
bet I love 'em all.
Before we get into Jen's news, what is your least favorite Halloween candy?
Dum-dums.
Oh, really? I don't
Yeah,
mind.
those tiny, stupid lollipops.
Well, I got to go with the number one on this list. Here we go from 10
Right.
to 1, the worst, according to somebody's
won't even
survey.
look.
We're not even going to say who the survey does. All right, number 10.
Who the hell cares?
Almond Joy.
I love Almond Joys.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Number 9, Dots. Those are pretty gross.
Dots, yeah, okay, yeah.
Number 8, Brock's Pumpkins, which is basically candy corn in the
How do
shape
you give those
of a
away?
pumpkin.
They're not in a package.
No.
Wow, you can't eat those.
Number 7, Hot Tamales, Fire and Ice.
Yeah, those suck.
Number 6, usually this used to be just Easter. Peeps. There are Halloween Peeps now.
Really?
Yeah. Number 5, I never liked this stuff, Bitter Honey.
I love bitter
Do
honey.
you like those?
Yes.
Okay. Number 4, the Jawbreaker.
No, don't like jawbreaker.
Number
It's
3,
not sweet enough.
the Atomic Fireball,
No, that's too hot.
which is basically a hot jawbreaker.
It's too hot.
Number 2, plain old hot tamales.
Ugh,
And the most hated candy corn to get on Halloween, candy corn.
Candy corn. Well, yeah, you kind of gave it away in what you said. I didn't want to say anything.
Nope.
but-
I saw something on Facebook recently where
I
it
like
said
candy corn.
the 3-step ways to eat candy corn. I
Yeah.
hate that stuff. Number 1, open the bag. Number 2, look in the bag. Number 3, put the bag in the garbage and eat a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Well, I still have, I don't know if they're going to make them this year, but I have Thanksgiving flavor candy corn. So some are gravy, some are turkey, some are peas, some are stuffing. Yeah, I have a couple bags of that because I thought it might be worth something someday.
Before we get into Jen's
Yeah.
news,
I do.
let's let you know what our friends at Greg's are up to.
Yes.
Month of October.
I just went there the other day.
Yes, I did too.
I
You know what
did.
I tried? And it
What'd
was
you
great.
try?
Their squash soup.
Oh, I haven't had that. I had a dessert. I had a slice of pumpkin cheesecake.
Can't go wrong with that
Yeah.
because it's not overly sweet. Their
No, it's
pumpkin
really
cheesecake.
good.
It's really good. It's also October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so Greg's Cake for a Cure is going to run through the month of October. Nice pink cake. The proceeds of every cake and a slice of this delicious cake will go directly to benefit the Gloria Gemma Breast Cancer Foundation. I told you about their wonderful squash soup. I encourage you to try it. Also, they got all things pumpkin. Pumpkin cheesecake, as Jen just said, pumpkin cupcakes, pumpkin pie. How about apples, too? Apples galore. Apple strudel, apple crisp, and the Mile High apple pie. That's got 5 pounds of fresh apples in every pie. And how do you lift
That's
that, Jen?
crazy. How do you lift it?
You lift it with your legs,
Yeah.
not with your back.
That's right.
Because it's 5 pounds.
That's a trick
right?
question.
Greg's.com. You can learn more about their great locations, award-winning desserts, exciting career chances, too. Now available. Greg's for quality, value, and cleanliness. Rhode Island tradition for 50 years now. And coming up, going to let you know all about their Thanksgiving desserts and complete family-style meals. It is never too soon to pre-order at gregsusa.com. Log on and check out all the great things that are being offered for Thanksgiving, too, at the Greg's, because it's already time for Thanksgiving. You can hear people are already calling.
Yes.
All right, Operation Stand Down Rhode Island. They can be reached at operationosdri.org. I got it right this time. Hazel.
did. You
Hazel's
did.
excited to hear about Operation Stand Down.
Yes, and you know what, guys? They're a great organization that helped save my life. And I'm just saying, the holidays are coming, and they do so much for disabled veterans. They do so much for veterans in general. They feed them, they house them. So if you would like to donate, non-perishables to that organization, start now. Just go through your cabinets, and anything that's not expired, bring it down, and they'll distribute it to all the families in need. And it's just a wonderful thing to see. I was there one year, and people were walking in with just checks, saying, "Here you go, help our vets. Here you go, help our vets. Turkeys, bread. Here you go, help our vets." I love it.
That says a lot about the reputation that this organization has.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows what it does, and they do good.
Yep. Yep. Also, ending the cycle of veteran homelessness, gang, and preventing it requires much more than providing a roof over the head of an individual veteran and veteran family. To achieve this goal, OSDRI offers a wide range of life-changing services, including supportive, permanent, and transitional housing, legal and VA benefit representation, intensive case management. That is true. They helped me. You guys wouldn't even believe what they did for me. Basic human needs assistance and so much more. So if you know anybody that's in need, or if you're in need, just go to osdri.org. Let me see this. There's no number here. Oh, yes. Yes. Or you can call them up. Write this down. Get a pen. 401-383. That's right. 4730. And just call them up and say, hey, we heard it. We heard about you guys on Ron and Jen's Great Escape, and we need some help. They're going to help you.
All right.
I promise.
Outstanding. It is time for America's most recognized segment. It is time
That's
for...
new.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's time for Jen's News. Look at this from my 50th
Now that's
class
news.
reunion.
Check this out.
This
Ron,
is so cool.
Let's start Jen's News there.
All right.
My pal over the weekend sends me a text and says, tonight's the big 50th high school reunion
St. Raphael's
party.
Academy.
And I thought, oh my gosh, that is so wild.
62 of the surviving 90 members of the class of 1973 attended this reunion. And
Wow.
that's an incredible amount of people. Came from California, Texas, Indiana. It just goes on and on and on.
You go to see who's alive
It was a great time.
and see all your pals.
And you don't care what you look like because it was all guys.
Yeah.
It was an all-guys school, so we don't care who got fat. And
Did
who
you
got-
have
who
Did
lost
you
their
have
hair.
fun?
Had a ball. It
Yeah,
was
are
a
you
great
going to
time.
hook up like with a, you know how like women, we all get together and we all talk about what we used to, Oprah's book club. Are you guys going to get together and,
Highly doubtful.
not talk about Oprah's book club, but have breakfast and shoot the poop? And
Most of the guys that remained friends over the years, we still get together. But, the folks who traveled and they don't live here anymore. We have some of these people I didn't see for 50 years. It was pretty amazing.
Oh,
So it was a great time anyway.
good. I'm so glad you had fun.
Yeah, we
That's
had a
an
good time.
awesome
We had a
thing.
good
I
time.
definitely won't be going to mine.
Okay.
Well, I stayed back.
I definitely won't be going to yours either.
Yeah, well, no, because I stayed back and then I was high the entire senior year. And
So there's no reason. You
yeah, I don't remember
you
anything.
don't remember anything.
I don't know those people. I didn't even. My friends were saying to me halfway through the year that I stayed back. Well, the year I was going to graduate in '87. I was supposed to graduate in '86. Some of my friends, how come you didn't graduate? Why are you in some of our classes? Nobody noticed. I was that kind of a person. I just
Mind your
kinda-
own business.
Yeah, I just kind of slithered through the halls.
Get off my lawn.
All right, a man sold his mother's ashes on Facebook Marketplace.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, this is Mark and Lauren Eliza bought an unusual item on Facebook Marketplace, human ashes. The
Oh.
listing said the ashes belonged to the seller's mom, and he would tell the story of why he was selling her for an extra $5.
$5, that's it.
So I'm going to sell this, but I'll tell you, I'm not reliving the trauma for free. This is what must be a millennial.
What a great guy.
Must be a millennial. The listing said the ashes, in the United States, there is no federal law against the sale of human remains. Mark interviewed the seller and said he didn't have a good relationship with his mom, and her ashes presence made him uneasy.
That's just, he has to be a millennial.
Yeah, well, and by the way, all the millennials that are running around campuses, during all of the protests against Israel and all this. I'm just mentioning this because now what they're saying is when people put a microphone in their face,
Yep.
a lot of them are starting GoFundMe pages because they need therapy. Because of the trauma.
Oh.
Because of the trauma of what's happening in the world. They need therapy, so they're asking for donations. I'm not kidding.
That's where we are right
it
now.
just gets worse
It
and
does
worse.
get worse by the hour.
Costco. Yay, Costco.
Now, aren't they going to put one in Cranston? Didn't I see where Costco's going in? Yeah, I believe so.
I
That'd
didn't
be
know
cool.
that.
That'd
Yes.
be great.
Costco is selling an enormous Thanksgiving dinner meal kit.
Sweet.
Not everyone has the time, energy, or desire to prep and cook.
That would be you.
Yeah, for a feast. But Costco has them covered. The warehouse retailer is selling a huge Thanksgiving meal kit that includes everything you need for the dinner for 8 people.
8 people.
I don't even know 8 people.
Here we go. All right.
I don't even know 8 people. It comes with a 5-pound turkey breast. I like that. Stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey gravy, mac and cheese, sweet corn, green beans, dinner rolls, cranberry relish, as well as an apple pie and a pumpkin pie for
How much?
$200.
I say this.
$200.
To hell with Costco. Get it from Greg's.
Yeah, well, yeah. Orders have to be placed by November 5th, and the kits will be delivered between November 8th And the 17th. I don't know. I do not know AP. It sounds good, though.
It does sound good, but there's no Costco near us right now, so go to Greg's.
I have been to Greg's and done that. And it's so efficient, and
Yes, it
it's
is.
wonderful. You go, and they set a time for you to pick it up.
Boom,
and
boom, boom.
Yes, you're in, you're out. They put it in a box, and you go home. It's wonderful.
Check it out on Greg'sUSA.com.
That's right.
All righty.
I have one more.
Yeah, absolutely.
one more?
Take it. Do whatever you want.
Kraft mac and cheese ice cream
What
is
the
returning.
hell?
It's
Who
returning
cares?
for the holidays.
What is?
Kraft mac and cheese ice cream.
Ugh.
Came out in July
gross.
20. Yeah, it is gross. 2021. But the unusual flavor was loved by so many people. So it's returning October 23rd to Walmart stores, along with 6. This is the important part of this story. Along with 6 other limited edition flavors. Okay. Peppermint stick, which I love. I love peppermint stick ice cream.
I can't stand peppermint.
I love peppermint stick ice cream, and you put hot fudge on it.
Oh,
Yes,
see, I
it's
don't like
so good.
That's interesting.
Caramel sticky bun, peanut butter fudge pretzel, kettle corn, ooh, holiday cookies and cream, and one other savory option, dill pickle. So there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, when you dog sat for Hazel,
Yeah,
and you have some dates coming up. We're not going to share them with you, though.
yeah.
I
Don't
just
come
want
and
you to
see
know.
me at Ron.
I just want you to know there's Kraft mac and cheese in the freezer for you,
Ooh, that's exciting.
among other big surprises.
Oh, wait, Kraft mac and cheese in the freezer? Like the ice cream or real mac and
No,
cheese?
real mac and cheese.
Ooh, that's exciting. All right, and finally today I just got to end with this. It's not a pet thing, but man hid his cocaine in his wheelchair. Oh my God. Yep, authorities in Hong Kong. Authorities in Hong Kong. Now, why would you ever want to commit a crime in Hong Kong?
That's like Midnight. What was that? What's the
Midnight
thing?
Express.
Midnight Express.
Yo, that-
Dung, 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 dung,
that-
dung,
what a-
dung, dung, dung,
what a
dung,
movie.
dung, dung, dung. Very upsetting.
Tormented movie.
It is an unsettling
Me.
movie.
Yes.
It's also one
So
of those
good.
movies when it starts. If it's on, I watch it from pillar to post.
Yeah, it's
so
really
unsettling.
good. It's so unsettling. It's really good. Authorities in Hong Kong claim a passenger concealed cocaine in his wheelchair. An X-ray of the 51-year-old's motorized device uncovered 24 pounds of cocaine in the seat cushion of the backrest. Well, now he's being charged with trafficking and a dangerous drug and potentially faces a penalty of life in prison in Hong Kong.
Hoochie Mama. Life in prison in Hong Kong. That can't be too
No,
enjoyable.
thank you.
Like Gary Glitter. Rock and Roll Part 2. I never know if there was a Rock and Roll Part 1. He's been in a Vietnam prison for like the last 30 years.
No way.
25, 30 years. Yeah,
No way.
That can't be a pleasant experience.
And he's still, oh my God, everything's making noise in my body this morning. I'm
You
sorry.
couldn't be without breakfast.
Yes.
Thank you, O'Hara Senior Care Services, 401-345-1811, O'HaraSeniorCare.com. Greg's, they're 4 great locations. And you can start to order your Thanksgiving din-dins at Greg'sUSA.com. Operation Stand Down, Rhode Island at OSDRI.com.
Oh, yeah.
What's their phone number again? There, Jen?
401-401-3830.
There we go. Ron and Jen's Great Escape, the radio show, Saturday mornings at 7 on News Radio 920 WHJJ 1047 FM. And you can check it out online wherever you go at 920WHJJ.com. And make sure you read our weekly commentary. Here comes Hazel on RINewsToday.com every Wednesday. Here she is right on cue. Have yourself a great week and, try to be nice to each other. And, boy, take a deep breath with
Pet
the
your
events.
dog.
Take a deep, deep breath. Walk your dog. Go for a run because want to make sure you're not dwelling on what's going on in the world today. We try to make you escape that, though. So we'll talk to you soon.